I only really wanted to focus on the government, but this fucking bonehead just doesn't stop.
The tone of today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm sure everybody heard the news. We had thousands come out
Thousands come out to support a good cause, and you want to ruin it by being a racist.
in support of our live stream on Friday as Alberta independence, the petition for Alberta independence and its signature collection process has underwent a very drastic turn in the courts, and not necessarily drastic in terms of one that wasn't anticipated or a drastic turn that is going to affect
No, it's more than likely going to affect a lot.
the process moving forward. I want to be very clear before we get into this video. It's a nothing burger. And I'm going to explain why people shouldn't be worried and why now is the time for people to mobilize and get back on track with the signature collection process. Now, a lot of people reached out to me and said, "Hey, Fringe, where did that live stream go from Friday? How come I can't find your amazing rant that
He had to take it down for being a racist.
you had for First Nations chiefs?" Well, it appears that my words soured some canvassers
Most people would have a problem if you came at a whole race of people.
that felt it necessary to rush to Stay Free Alberta and implore them to rein me in because they
Rein you in from what? Being a majestic stallion or something?
didn't like the words that I chose out of an expression of anger. I'm going to
I don't know about you, but when most people get angry, they don't backlash at a whole race of people.
tell people right now, the reason I pulled that video, if this
I'm sure the reason you pulled the video is because someone told you that it was a bad idea to keep it up. But that's just my idea.
channel were to ever be nuked, if this channel was ever to be reported off the airwaves, it doesn't do me any favors to get
So in other words, if your channel gets pulled, you'd be losing your free ride. Okay, gotcha.
information to you, and it also doesn't do any favors for the fight of our lives that we have moving forward with independence. That being said, I will not censor myself. I do not regret anything that I said
No, I'm pretty sure you'll be regretting it when you can't eat fucking steak every night, you fat fucker.
on Friday's live stream. And in fact, I will say that the words that I chose to use were out of frustration. They're out of anger.
I'm frustrated and angry with you, but you don't see me taking it out of everybody that's overweight. Just you fat fuck.
I had dozens of Albertans reaching out to me via email, in person over the weekend, telling me what a difference that live stream made to them, how much they resonated with what I had to say. And that
Oh, so you had a bunch of other racists call him and support him and be like, oh, good for you, buddy. You told those in.
essentially is the purpose of this channel. I'm not Global News. I am not CTV. I am not CBC.
Fucking right, you're not.
I am just like each and every one of you.
Maybe about 400 pounds ago, you were like me.
And as I've sat here for years on the promise that things are going to get better, don't worry, Pierre's going to get in and the conservatives are going to fix everything, or at least
I don't know why you can't see that your problem's not with the Indian people, your problem's with the fucking government.
my naivety told
Naivety. Another word for fucking stupid.
me that's the way things were going to work. As time went on, that failed. Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are going to get justice for the abuse they, as well as other truckers, took in a result of the Emergency Act. That never came to fruition either. Mark Carney becomes prime minister, and I say, don't worry, folks. Alberta's talking about leaving.
So you voted for Mark Carney and then fucked a bunch of your followers.
We're going to separate. Everything's going to be fine. We've had Stay Free Alberta on the channel. We've had Keith Wilson on the channel. We've had Premier Danielle Smith on the channel. We've had many people telling us how this system works, why it's working in our favor, and I have been praised.
The only way I could see you getting praised for something is if you move out of the way at the line in the buffet so the kids could get something to eat.
To be told that this channel isn't just a source of news, but a sense of hope, an extension of their last threads of hope.
Yeah, hope that they're not the only depressed, lonely racists in the world.
So you'll forgive me when half an hour before a live stream starts, I'm told about the interference
There's no baby veal burgers is what he meant to say.
of First Nation chiefs who
You're not mad at the Chiefs, you're mad at the fact that you didn't get any free fries or a toy with your kids' meal.
speak for a very small percentage of the population that have held our democratic processes hostage for the sense of virtue signaling. We
Hostage? The only thing that's been keeping you hostage is a bag of chips in your sofa.
now have activist judges, and we are once again told, hey, sorry to get your hopes up, folks. Bend over and take it the way you're supposed to.
I don't know where you've been the last 80 years, but the government's been telling all of us to bend over and take in the ass. Not just fucking you guys out there.
I will not apologize for
Of course not, because that would be too courageous of you.
what I said. I do believe that this is going to result in a lot of tension that is negatively driven towards First Nations. We had many First Nations people in that live stream saying,
Yeah, you had the people going, yeah, my great-great-grandfather was 1/10 Cherokee.
preach, I stand behind what you're saying, and I fully agree. These chiefs need to be
No real native followers, because a real native follower respect their elders.
shut down. You're going to see a civil war brew over the next few months between Albertans, Canadians, and First Nations.
That's about the most intelligent thing you said yet.
And anybody else who wants to poke their nose into the business of tax-paying citizens
I don't think it matters if you're a taxpayer or not. You're gonna get your guns taken anyway.
grassroots
If you're talking about grassroots, the Plains Indians that were there before you, they have long-standing grassroots in that area.
trying to exercise their legal democratic rights and get mistreated and told that, ha ha, the system doesn't work for you.
The system doesn't just fail them, it fails everyone. That's why the government's doing whatever the fuck they want, spending all their money on shit.
I'm going to go over why that's a problem, and then
You don't need to explain shit. We know what the problem is. The government doesn't want us to do anything. They treat us like fucking shit. It's people like you that are driving a wedge in between society that just keep fucking shit up. And that's about all the time I have to waste on this fucking guy.